والسلام على أسرة سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل الصالحات وقال إنني من المسلمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي واشدد به أشري وأشرك في أمري كي نذابك كثيرا ونشكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بشيرا قال يؤتيت سؤلك يا موسى آمين 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 يا الله. We thank Almighty Ta'ala for giving us the opportunity to witness another Friday. We thank Almighty Ta'ala for allowing us to be on this day, but on this platform. We appreciate all the mercenaries behind the success of this program, starting from the DJ, Director General of the Corporation, Alhaji Abdulrashid Folarin, may Almighty Ta'ala be with you, and the producer of this program, Alhaji Imran. And as we usually have it, this is a platform where we use the instruction from the Holy Quran and hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to approach what are the current issues in our midst. And if you look at it now, you discover that what we are having is what globally is the holy month of Ramadan. The holy month of Ramadan is what is trending worldwide. That is the only issue, only news that cuts across all the world. Nothing other one. That is why we always say that if you happen to be a Muslim, that is the highest legacy you can claim in life, because your religion is a global religion, a phenomenon that is that cuts across every religion. The way we perform Salat in Oshogbo is the way they are doing it in the north, is the way they are doing it in London, in America, in all the countries in this world. And your Subuhi is the same number too. Your Subuhi in Israel, in everywhere, throughout the world, it's the same. All the 5 pillars of Islam are very unique in every place. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, lam yataisi wadan wa lam yakun lahu sharikun fil mulk wa lam yakun lahu waliyyun min az-zul wa kabiru takbira. We thank Allah for making us be Muslims. Today we want to look at it. What are they? By the grace of God, tonight the Ramadan will be 16. That is, when it becomes 16, then there must be some things we have achieved. And I can tell you that not only Muslims are benefiting from this particular trend, the non-Muslims also are benefiting economically, medically, and in all, even security-wise. And therefore, we thank Allah who established the month of Ramadan. As usual, I have with me Madam Yusuf Amusa Al-Azhari. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes. We want to look at what are the things since the Ramadan started. We have seen that tranquility and peace have been reigning. Then, from then till now, what do we think that Muslims, even non-Muslims, ought to have gained from this month of Ramadan?
Alhamdulillah alladhi ansala al-Qur'ani hudan linasi wa bayyinatin min al-huda wa furqan. Summa salatu wassalam ala rasulillah sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi man ba'd. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for his unlimited blessing upon us. Inna Allaha la yudfadilu ala nasi walakinna akthara nas la yashkurun. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because if we stand to be counting the blessing of Allah upon us, we cannot even count anything from the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we should use all the trees in the forest if we should make them pens, and we should make all the water a tahada to write all the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon us, we cannot exhaust it. We supplicate unto the noblest soul of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah continues to shower his blessing upon him till the day of accountability.
Amen.
The benefit of Ramadan is enormous. Even from the ayah says by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran that Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykum siyamu kama kutiba alal ladina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. If you look at that ayah, if you examine that ayah very critically, we are going to derive a lot of benefit from it. Almighty Allah says, Kutiba alaykum siyamu. I prescribe for you to observe fast in the month of Ramadan. Kama kutiba ala ladina min qabli. The same way I prescribed for those people that were before you. La'allakum tattaqun. It means that during the month of Ramadan, we are going to resemble the pious people that came before us. And who are those pious people that came before us? They are the Prophet of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, whom Allah says, these people, they have gained the paradise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is one of the benefits we are going to resemble. The fact that we are resembling the Prophet of Allah who fasted during their own period of time. Don't forget Prophet Dawood. We fast for a day and we pray for a day. We fast for a day alternately. That is how he fasted. So we are resembling them in the course of fasting during the month of Ramadan. And you know these people are close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It means we Muslims will be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during the month of Ramadan, the fact that we are fasting. And don't forget, one of the attributes of the angels is that they neither eat not drink. As a result of this, because we are practicing what the angels are practicing, they don't eat, neither do they drink water. As a result of that, we Muslims as well, from the dawn till the set of the sun, we are going to fast. We resemble the angels who did not commit any sin, who does not commit any sin against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know, when you are far away from sin, you are closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are very happy about that. La'allakum tattaqun. And at the same time, our piety is going to be increased in the month of Ramadan. If you are fasting and by now you have not been increased in piety, then you have to check yourself. It means you have not observed the fasting the way it was prescribed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the way it was recommended by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You will see that in the town, we can see the manifestation of the blessing of Ramadan in the town today. People as of today, you will see that the people that are addicted to alcohol, they are distant from him. People that are addicted to zina, they are distant from him during the month of Ramadan. All these people that are fond of the religion, that are fond of committing a lot of despicable acts on the land, you will see that they are fond of the religion of their usual duty in the month of Ramadan. That is one of the blessings of Ramadan. And don't forget, Almighty Allah says, the Prophet Muhammad reported to us, "Ida ja Ramadan, futi ati abuhaban janna, wa gulikoti abuhaban nari, wa futi ati shayatin." In the month of Ramadan, all the gates, the 8 gates of paradise will be open, and all the gates of the hellfire will be closed, and wasufi ati shayatin, all the angels will be chained. This is our obvious enemy. All the jinns, the shaitan, shayatin, they are our obvious enemy. La say la tatabiu khutuwati shaitani inna la qadumi. They are our indeed our obvious enemy. So the fact that they are ashamed in the month of Ramadan, it means that we are benefited from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All this temptation from shaitan will be reduced in the month of Ramadan, and that is one of the blessings of the month of Ramadan. We can see that this is reality.
Look at it from this angle. Many families are now enjoying, particularly wives and the children are now enjoying to see they eat together and do some things together. But some people always many years ago that after Ramadan they go back to. Can we say that they are doing the religion as a camouflage, or in what level? What is your message to such people?
Alhamdulillah, some parents that are not dutiful to their children, to their family, then they need to be orientated. They need to be they need to be giving admonitions, because it is not only in the month of Ramadan that you dispense or you will show your responsibility to your family. It is around the clock, all the 24 hours in a day, by every minute of a day, you should show your responsibility to your family. So as a result of this, because it has been recommended, whichever things you do to your family, you are not expected to receive any energy for that. You are not expected to be praised for that, because it's the duty upon you that you should shower on your children for the children.
If anybody who does his responsibility is doing sadaqah.
Yes, you are doing sadaqah. The Prophet Muhammad reported to have said that whichever food you give to your child, you give to your wife, it will be recommended, it will be written as sadaqah for you in the day of Qiyam. And that is why it is part of your duty. Don't just do that during the month of Ramadan. You can see what you have said, it is true. that by now some parents, they have gone back to, especially the father, they have gone back home because they believe that by at night, especially at dawn, they cannot go to the food vendor and buy food. It is difficult for them, as a result they are forced to come back home, to show their responsibility at home. And when you are forced to do anything in Islam, you don't have reward for it. Anything you are forced, you are compelled to do, you don't have any reward for it in Islam. Something, you know, whatever you want to do in Islam should come from the in-depth of your mind. It should come from your intention. The intention of doing that is that you are forced, you are compelled. You have no opportunity to buy anything outside there at dawn, and that is why you are forced to go back home at midnight. You cannot go out, then you are forced back home. If you are doing that for sake of that, then you cannot get any reward. Whatever we want to do in Islam should come from the in-depth of our mind, as I've said. So in that case, the father, you are advised to know your responsibility and to do your responsibility for your parents, because whichever responsibility you do, don't forget, Almighty Allah in the Quran, He said, La tulikum amwalakum aladukum min dhikrillah wa man yaf'al dhalika fa ulaika humul khasirun. Do not allow your children, neither your wealth, to disallow you from performing your duty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whoever that does that is among the losers on the day of Qiyamah. So you should show your responsibility to your family. You should do your responsibility to your, you should be alive to your responsibility to your family. So it's part of, you should spend, you should be ready every time to spend on your family, not only in the month of Ramadan.
Let's look at this angle. Some mothers at home, they see this particular month, just only 1 month, as a relief from economic challenges that they have. That they believe that their husband, majority of husbands are always dutiful. They will give money for soup, they give money for food and some other things like that. But immediately, the remaining 11 months, wives will be taken care of. Then, look at what is happening when you go to some sites, you see that it belongs to women, some buildings belong to women. It seems as if Almighty Allah is using that opportunity that some husbands are living to bless the wives. I wanted to talk to the men, so that they can take up their responsibility even beyond the holy month of Ramadan.
When Allah says in Quran that Arijalu qawwamuna 'ala nisa bima faddala Allahu 'ala ba'd. So you should know that Almighty Allah said the men, they are superior to the women.
Arijalu
qawwamuna, they are superior in spending for their family. So you should be ready to spend for your family. If you are not ready to spend then you become an errant father, irresponsible father. You are not responsible to your duty. Then when do you give back? Don't forget, on the day of Qiyamah, some children will demand for some things from their parents on day and al-yawma, in which some children will ask their parents that some of the things they were supposed to teach me when I was on the surface, they did not teach me. Then I want to have my right today. And on that day, nobody forgives anybody. You don't forgive people on that day, because it is nafsi, my soul. You want your soul to be protected that day. You want your soul to be saved that day. And that is why you cannot give any diet, anything, any diet of anything to your parents.
The day of frankness.
Or a day of frankness is a day you cannot forgive. No woman will forgive other, because you will be saving, you will be looking for a way to save your soul. In that wise, the parents are supposed to be alive to their ritual service of their before that day comes, before the arrival of that day. In that light, please, for the fathers and the parents, and as well, you see some homes today, the women have taken up the responsibility are supposed to be. In fact, every aspect of spending should be done by the father. It is not 50 by 50.
Yes.
It is not 75 by 25. It is not 80 by 20. It is not 90 by 10. It is not 95 by 5. It is 100% from the men. Whichever responsibility that has to be discharged by the mother, it has to be out of clemency, out of mercy, voluntarily from that particular woman. Not that we force or you compel her.
You said you are talking about 100-0. one less zero. Then possibly somebody is collecting something like 70,000 per month, and the wife also working, collecting 60,000 per month. And then the husband wants to carry all these things. Is it not going to be too much?
It's not too. But that is why we have said that he's not. She's not going to be compelled to spend that money. She's going to be paired. She's going to be persuaded
as a supporter
to spend that money. And if you are borrowing from her, you should refund that money because on the day of the cap, it's going to collect the money. It's going to collect her right. So in that regard, the father should know that this is my responsibility. When you know this is your responsibility, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to pay for you. It's going to pay for you. It is when you have accepted that we have to share it, and that is why whichever reciprocal Allah will be giving you, blessing Allah will be half. Because that is your expectation. When you think that whichever money my wife has belongs to her, if he should spend for me or for my children, that is voluntarily, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to come to your head. Don't forget, one man in that particularly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he has never created anything to suffer. The purpose of being created on the earth is that Almighty Allah, don't forget, in one of the ayah of the Quran, which I wish to quote now, Almighty Allah says in that ayah that man amila soliya min dakari aw usa wa huwa mu'min falanasiyanahu ayatan tawhiba. Almighty Allah says in that ayah that whoever among the women or men that the child responsibility, that are of good, that are doing good on the earth, all night they are women, they are believers, sincere believer. All night they are going to live good life. Whichever you wish for yourself, Allah is going to provide it for you. It is only when you are biased, you are unjust to Allah, you are unjust to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will be unjust to you.
Expecting something.
So expecting from your wife, you are expecting something from your wife.
But we have some women who build out while the husband is still living in
without the consent or with the consent of the
and we have the
husband.
two. We have the two. Then what is Islam?
If the property, there is the scholars of Islam, they have concluded on that, and they have been able to expatiate on that whichever duty, whichever weight that belongs to the woman is for the woman. But at times, if it happens that you die, the wife should die before the husband, he has some portion of that right as a lady, as inheritance for him. But it is not the right of the husband to claim every right of a woman. Even
whether alive
or dead, it belongs to her. She is the owner of that wealth. If at all you want to take anything from me, you have to take the consent of that woman, so that the blessing of Allah will be on whatever you have taken. So whichever what she has, she's for her.
And I want you to look at this one because we don't have much time again. A woman living with her husband, then they are living in a rented apartment. Then the wife is blessed by Almighty Allah. Then the wife is able to buy land and build a house, while the husband and are still renting house. Then what is the justification? That is why we said the women of today, they should be of blessing than pursuing worldly materials, than being materialistics. So some of the women, they are materialistic today. In fact, it is, well, you can build a house ahead of your wife, ahead of your husband. That you have not committed a sin, but you have not done something good. You have not done something good. If you have moral and you are well trained, you are supposed to assist your husband. But the problem we are facing today is the issue of partner likes. The wife and husband, they are supposed. Look at Khadija. She subjected every word she had to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today, her name is indelibly printed. There is no way you mention Islam, or you want to talk about the legacy of the women in Islam today. You don't talk of Khadija. If she doesn't take the first place, she must take the second place. People are debating that perhaps mother is ahead of her, or Khadija is the second, or is mother the second, or Khadija is the first, because mother was blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without copulation between a man and she, and that is why she's taking the lead. And because they said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have made Maryam a prophet, if not for she was a female. That is why the debate is.
Look at whether it takes the first or second position in Islam. Then people are debating, they are talking about it.
I want you to stress on this particular area. The wife has money and build a house. I want you to repeat.
Okay, sir.
And the husband is yet to have. Then what should be the position of Islam in that, of course?
If
the husband is still taking care of everything on her.
No, there is no problem about that. But the fact is that is why I'm saying that if she is of moral and she is well trained, she should have assisted her husband to build a house ahead of her, and Allah will soon bless her as well to build his own wife. That is what is ideal. It will be very, very unpalatable. It will be very,
But I want you to look at
not morally okay.
One excuse. Some husbands are irresponsible originally.
Of course.
Why the wife are carrying out some responsibility on the children? Then such a woman, if such a woman has money to build a house, should the woman, such a person, give the money to a man, possibly a drunkard?
If the wife of Firaun, the wife of Firaun was able to gain paradise under Firaun, your husband could not be as wicked as Firaun.
Never.
So you should have subjected everything to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be looking for the favor of Allah subhanahu. It's because he has done something bad to me. I want to revenge. That is where the problem lies. So because somebody has committed a sin now, then you want to copy that person. No! You are supposed to let that goodness manifest itself. So please use your good impeccable character to preach Islam for the people, irrespective of what somebody has done to you. Because somebody has offended you in the mosque, you say you are not going to that mosque again. You are not attending mosque again. Who are you fighting? Are you fighting Allah? Because your husband is not good, you are saying you are not going to be good to her, and you know your paradise. That is your paradise.
But the husband,
that's your paradise. So you have to look for the way of gaining his favor. In order to gain paradise, your target is how to gain that paradise, how to make paradise. And the same thing, the wife of Firaun, the wife of Firaun did under Firaun, who was the wickedest person on the surface of the earth, and Allah will never create any person that is as wicked as Firaun on the surface of the earth. So if that woman should do that under Firaun, then I see no reason why should wife not be calm and submissive to their husband.
Yes, definitely. We don't have much time again. We appreciate all those who meet today's production. In reality, but we are going to meet next week again by the grace of God, if God willing. And I want to appreciate the DG of the corporation for giving us the opportunity, as well as Bayo, Ibayo, that is who happens to be our director on the television. Likewise, Alaji Imran. Thank you very much. And I want to appreciate all those who made today's production a reality. Then my guest, Madam Yusuf Amusa Al-Azhari. Thank you very much. And may Allah be with you. That's the statement. I'm Adebisi Abidjali Adelotri. But we are going to meet next week. Ma'asadam.